In this session we're going to take a look at the accounts in Store Manager in the General Ledger section and in the area which is called Accounts. Now this area requires a login from the employee as well as a password. Now we'll call up company number 1 here. We have all these various types of accounts. That's the assets account, liabilities, equity account, income account, cost of sales, expenses. This intercompany account here is for cross-company posting when you are moving items from one company to another. Other income, other expenses are shown here. Now, we have a number of buttons along the bottom here. This journal button is for doing journal entries. This is for your bank reconciliation. You can move transactions to another company from this company using this button. You can copy charts between companies, print out the transactions for a company, show the history of accounts, and inside that history you can also print them. And of course the close button. Adding an account to the General Ledger is a fairly simple procedure. I'm going to add the cash drawer as an account into the General Ledger to help me manage the till a bit better. It would obviously hold things like the float in the till as a standard amount to be in there at the end of each day. So I'll go down and have a look at where that would best be placed in the chart, and it would be somewhere around the current assets to do with cash and so forth. So we'll pop down to the current assets area. Well, there's the trading, current assets, cash. Okay, so we have various accounts here, and I want to put one in as the cash drawer. Now the cash on hand could be used as the cash drawer, but in this particular instance the cash on hand would be what I would probably keep in the safe prior to banking. So I'm going to add an account in here between this 1600111 and the 1600120. So what I'll do is I'll make a 1600115. All I do is come up to the area up here for the account code and type in 1600115. I press the enter key and it takes me off to the add GL account inside the assets area. Okay, this will be called the cash register. It is an account. It is in the current assets cash area. You have that's the only one that this could go into in this instance because of the hierarchical nature of the numbering system. It is a debit balance type account. We could set it as credit, but it isn't. It's a debit one, and this account will not be posting to any other account at the end of the year because we would be keeping the float in the cash drawer at all times. We can see here there are columns. We can put in a budget for the account. This gives us the actual that's in the account. It gives us a running total of the actual with the opening balance, and then whatever comes in here shows us the total as we go, and then this would show us the variance from the budget that we have set up. Now we don't need to set up a budget on a cash register because pretty much it's always just going to hold the float. To save this account we click on OK, and we now have, as you see, an account in there for the cash register. I'll just pop up to the bank account temporarily. There is a button on here you can see that says bank. This information holds the details of the company bank account, the trading name of the company, as well as the full company name. If this is set up, we'll just go back to the details here and click out of there. Then this part will allow you to do a bank reconciliation on that account. If the bank details are not set up, you'll get something along these lines come up. So if I click on bank now, it comes up and tells us that's not a bank account, so therefore you can't do a bank reconciliation on it. Say for example we highlighted one of these with the 00 on the end. This is a header account, and we'll take a quick look at what it does. It's a type of heading here, and you cannot post to that account. If we attempt to do a journal, for example, it will come up and say you can't create a journal for that. Or if we go to the bank, you can't reconcile an account heading. There are all sorts of inbuilt mechanisms to stop you from doing things that are either unnecessary or not appropriate. That covers general ledger account maintenance.